it's all on the home page. Gateway Computer Club. I'm sure you know how to get rid of them, right? You'll see the large computers on Facebook, like the whole name of it. Base computer. What you don't know is that it's just for the icon. You see the arch, you'll get rid of there.
God, it's more midget porn you'll ever need.
On every medium, every time they mention.
Yeah, that's minute about that.
Facebook.com/. That's it. Just go there and then do a search. You'll see a little magnifier.
There we go.
In that area.
Okay, so I'm just going to run through with you guys a couple of the programs for maintaining the computer. All these programs are on the disk of the month. US UACR.
I do that one all the time.
This is CCleaner, and a lot of you who have been with the group for a while will recognize this program. This is your standard file system cleaner. Usually it's paired with Defraggler, which is a augmented defragmenter for your hard drive. I say again, if you have a solid state drive, do not try to run a defragment program on it because it does burn them out. But this is your general setup. You can go through here and select, like if you want to clear your history, empty your recycle bin, clear temporary files. You can hit analyze here and let's see what kind of dirty laundry Chuck puts on the computer. Now this is kind of the secondary use for me as a computer technician and for maintaining your computer is to clean it up. But it's going to analyze how much space it can save you. It's going to take it a couple of minutes to do so. You can even go in through application and tell it, hey, I want to get rid of the junk from Office 2003. You can get rid of old Skype logs,
I'd say it's over a gig using that program.
Now,
Yeah.
this program and a lot of these, do they have a standalone where you can put them on a thumb drive and carry them with you? So if you want to put them on somebody else's computer without installing
Works
them?
on yours.
There is a portable version of CC.
Yes, and this is actually a program that can be run from Hirons as well. Hirons is our buddy. So I'm just actually going to go ahead and cancel this one, but I found about 2,997 files, which is 164,000 kilobytes just from the scan it did there.
And I just installed Windows on this machine, in this laptop less than a month ago, probably 3 weeks, and it generally is in my car trunk. So this is low mileage, and it's still fine.
Yeah, and you still find a whole megaton of stuff. The main use I use for this program for is to clean out your registry. If you're having things like files not loading properly with the right programs, or you're just getting strange glitches, there's a decent enough chance that it's a registry error. And you said this was about a month old, Chuck?
About a month old, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, all these files are old, unused file extensions anymore, missing DLLs. These aren't really a problem by themselves, but if you let them build up, they're gunk left on your computer. Kind of like a cigarette, if you smoke it, leaves gunk in your lungs. Yeah, this is doing the same thing to your computer. But you can come in here, and I always advise backing up the registry. Just save it to your desktop or your downloads, wherever you prefer to save files that you probably will never use. But go ahead and back it up, and then you can tell it to fix the issues. And you can even go individually, and it'll give you suggestions. Usually it's delete the registry value, but occasionally they'll be like repair the registry, things of that nature. I don't think we have any on here. And then you just click select all, and then usually run a
Question.
yes.
If you save the registry, you reboot, and it doesn't want to boot, how do you return that registry back if the computer won't reboot?
You go into Hirings and you run registry edit and registry edit in Hirings.
Find that file,
Find
never
the file, help merge it, yeah.
Yep. Or if,
I've never had that problem yet, but,
yeah, if you can get back into Windows and you want to restore that registry, if you just double click on it, it will overwrite your registry and ask you to restart again. The other program that I personally is my favorite anymore, I can't see because I'm not wearing my glasses. Hey, vision, that's a wonderful thing. This is Larry Utilities, and Larry is a program I actually just came across not too long ago.
I use it all the time, use it for a couple of years.
Yeah, it's GLARY Utilities.
The paid version is better than the free version.
Of course.
Yeah, that's what they have you believe anyhow.
Well, I've used that program there to back up all my drivers too. It's got a spot in there that lets you back up all your drivers and keeps it on a file on your hard drive and put it on a thumb drive. So if you lose a driver, you can retrieve it without having to go online.
So you can also just take the driver from one machine and put them on another machine. It's getting harder to find drivers sometimes for older hardware, and what the manufacturers aren't carrying on the websites anymore like they used to.
Yep.
So if you got it on an old machine, you can put the driver from that one and put it on your new machine, it's the same operator.
Chuck, you really did
No
drop
driving
right in there.
database where people are storing these.
Should be, kind of, get one, that's a wait for you. Plus, the mouse doesn't always click real well.
I'm using both of them here.
Okay. Well, what did you do to my computer, Steve?
I don't know, it's like I dropped it on my foot or something.
It's running.
It does.
What's the processor look like?
There we go, I just needed to kick some fans. Yeah, your CPU usage was...
Can I find it? Guess I should have bought that new computer and then raffle, spent all the money on it.
So yeah, this is Larry Utilities. It has a one-click maintenance. I'm kind of hit and miss with that. If there was a one button fix for anything, I wouldn't be employed. But one thing I do like here is the startup manager. It can tell you how fast your computer's booting up. This one's pretty good. 78% of users are slower. I don't really believe that number, but if you come in here, not only can you see the programs, shame on you, Chuck, you have a lot of programs starting up here.
Yeah.
But you can also go and you can see like the scheduled tasks, which these are all things that are set to run, well, like it says on the tin, on a schedule. You can go to plugins, application services. Again, this is just stuff that boots up with the computer. Keeps it, some of these, I don't suggest messing with the Windows services. I had a customer that was playing around with this program and disabled pretty much an entire operating system doing this. But you can go in here to the startup programs and sometimes you get those little annoying pop-up viruses. This can help you stop those, or it can just help you tune the computer up so that when you start it up, it doesn't take 10 years to load Internet Explorer. In addition to that, though, we have advanced tools here, which we've got a disk cleanup, which runs similar to CC Cleaner, registry repair, again, like CC Cleaner. Shortcut Fixer is actually a nice little program. If you've got a shortcut that's like not going where it's supposed to, or the image goes missing on it, it can help you fix that up. And the context menu manager, when you right click on something, you get this list here, and occasionally you'll install programs and they'll be added to this list. This can help you manage that and get rid of some of those. Or it can help you add them if you prefer to put one on there.
Could you use this program to investigate why your laptop hard drive is spinning when you don't have anything turned on and no browsers on?
For that, I would suggest looking at your startup manager, see what processes are running.
What if they're blank? They'll show 2 or 3 spaces in there and they're blank. There's nothing written there.
I would probably use, used to call FileMon.
Yeah.
FileMon?
Yeah, FileMon.
I forgot about that one.
And FileMon will show you all the hard drive activity going on in your computer, like just running the screen with all the crap going on out there.
Yep.
You'll be surprised, there's a lot of stuff right to your hard drive you don't think is right.
And then, under optimize and improve, we've got the startup manager, which I showed you before. A disk defragmenter, which, again, kind of runs like a CCleaner's partner, defraggler. The memory optimizer, I've kind of had hit and miss with this one. It does help optimize and, see what's using up your memory. So that might be something you look into as well, see what's eating up the memory on the computer.
Because the mouse will lag across the screen sometimes because the hard drive's so busy.
Yeah, I might try the memory optimizer just so that you can see when it's spiking and see what's going on there.
You can also start Task Manager, and on the Performance tab, there's Resource Monitor.
Yeah, if you come down here to the start bar, right click, you can go start Task Manager. And then if you come over here to Performance, you can see where your memory is spiking. You can run the Resource Monitor, which will show you.
If you click on the Disk tab, it'll show you the hard drive activity and what processes are busy writing to your hard drive. And you can use that to spot whatever process is busy flooding your drive.
My paranoid mind wants to say that there's something monitoring what I'm doing and taking snapshots or video of it.
Well, File Monitor will show you that. Right?
Yeah.
So the Resource Monitor will show you, but it only kind of pops up there when it's good. With File Monitor, the log. If you have a hard drive, though, it's got some bad spots on it, or some hard-to-read spots, it'll do just what you're talking about as well. It's going to stall while it's trying to read that hard-to-read data off that sector. And you'll see the hard drive light go solid, and the whole machine will kind of freeze, and once it gets to red, it'll go. Your smart stats on the hard drive should show you that. You'll see a lot of ECC recorrected and sector reallocation events.
So those other programs you talked about with finance, by the way.
You can run SpinRite on it, too, and
SpinRite's a cost program, though, right?
SpinRite does cost, yeah. There are some programs that are kind of like SpinRite, none of them are good.
This was actually after this was on as well. Another thing you could try under the privacy and security tab over here, is the process manager, which gives you a nice graphical display of all the processes running, shows you what's using the most stuff. Yeah, it's basically just all the stuff put into one convenient location for you. Also under the privacy and security, is this browser assistant, and this is probably my favorite part on this program. Right now it says Internet Explorer, and it's showing me these are the helper objects. So if you see anything there that shouldn't be there, you want to make sure you delete that.
Anything with the word toolbar in it.
There's a separate section right here on it called IE toolbars, IE Explorer bars.
I've been having the plug-in container crashing a lot on Firefox lately.
Yeah, and then if you come in here to hijack or store, you can select, like, if something had changed, like, he's got Google set, if something had changed it to, like, my PC cleanup or some silly nonsense like that, you can check that there, or you can select check all and restore it, and it'll restore your browser back to its original setting.
Cool.
This also exists for Chrome. You can check your extensions here, search engine, make sure none of those are there. This program is great for giving you information, even if you don't know what it means. You can check the history, you can check the cookies, make sure you don't have any bad cookies there. Everybody hates that cookie. You can analyze the disk space, which I like this one a lot for my home computers, because I stick files everywhere and don't know where I put them or don't know how much of my drive is used up until I get that little warning light that says, hey, you're out of space. So this can help me analyze what's taking up the space. Like we'll run a quick look up here on my external drive and see where most of my space is being taken up from. So yeah, as I suspected, 93 gigabytes of MAME emulator in game. Video is about 80 gigs, and you can see how much the percentage is. It gives you a nice pie graph, and you can go deeper into that if you want to. Like, yeah, my emulators are taking up about 59 of that space. MAME's taking up a good percentage fall by PlayStation 2. So if you're having files, you're running out of space on your hard drive all the time, you can kind of use that to see where everything is ending up.
There's a utility I like to use, kind of like that, called WizTree. It's kind of the predecessor to WinDirStat, the one that kind of started the whole graphical mapping and stuff.
What's it called?
WizTree.
WIZTREE.
Yep. And WinDirStat and WizTree are very similar. They both give you the Bayesian kind of tree down at the bottom that shows you the blobs of what's what, and the file size. But WizTree reads the MFT table directly, rather than doing all the API calls to read the hard drive. The WizTree will give you your files back on like on a 4 terabyte drive, your million files. It'll give it back to you like in 20 seconds. Whereas WinDirStat will take 3 hours.
And then
But WizTree only works on NTFS format drive, so you can't use it like on a thumb drive.
Or Windows 32.
No, only NTFS.
Yeah. And then on the last tab here, we have system tools, and system information has helped me out a lot when my idiot friends are like, oh, I've got this new graphics card, I don't know if the rest of my specs are out. If you click on this, it gives you kind of like Specky does from Puriform. It lets you know what your processor is, how much memory you've got installed, it even gives you your motherboard numbers. And you can click on it and go a little bit further into detail on it. Good old Dell motherboard. The BIOS version, I've found so many problems in the past 6 months with bad BIOS versions. I found this to be invaluable.
Similar to Belarc. Have you ever used Belarc?
Yeah.
BELARC. It's free, and it'll tell you everything about everything that's installed in your computer, hardware.
And we can come in here and we can check our disk. This volume is compressed. So these are all just tools that you can use to help keep your computer healthy beyond the hardware. Like you said, when you get a new computer, you want to check your memory, you want to check your hard drive. You want to make sure your drivers are always up to date. This is a great program for finding information and helping tweak your system so that it runs at its optimum efficiency. And that's pretty much all I have for tonight. I can go into some of the other utilities, but those are really the 2 big ones I wanted to show you guys for tuning up your computer this spring. Does anyone else have any questions?
Question on there, on the very thing there.
Yes.
You had the register, anyways, we was talking about a registry defrag.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do that with a solid state drive?
A registry defrag is really just reorganizing where the registry files are.
It's not recommended.
Yeah, not recommended on the solid state drives. If you're gonna do that, I suggest just cleaning the registry out. Windows will kind of automatically reorder it the way it needs to be.
Windows, but not defragging the hard drive, but we're talking about registry, or, I guess the registry is part of the hard drive, so.
Yeah.
Windows 7 or higher, if you put an SSD drive in and you load Windows 7 fresh, it'll recognize it and program the program to run that SSD where you don't, and it'll disable defrag and all that, and it'll do it properly. Anything below that, you have to go in there and manually tell it not to do stuff. I had an SSD drive in mine, and I wasn't running Windows 7, I was running Windows just before that. But I had to go in there and manually set everything. It took about an hour. Windows 7 will recognize it when as it's loading it and take care of it. If you clone it, you have to go into Windows 7 and tell it what to do. But if you're installing it fresh, it'll automatically recognize it's an SSD drive, and it'll do all the programming for you and take care of it as it's loading it in.
Does anybody know the name of the app that used to, anytime you installed anything, it tracked every single place in your PC that it put pieces, the registry, whatever. So if you ever went to uninstall it, it would grab it from everywhere.
Revo uninstall will do some of that.
Yeah.
What is it?
Revo uninstall will do that. That's on the disk of the month. You can actually do it from Glary, but I usually suggest Revo just because it's a little more user-friendly.
And a lot of these programs that are 30 days, they keep up with these programs that uninstall so they can reassign that file that tells it's a 30-day program, so you can't go in there and delete it and reinstall the program and keep using it over for free.
Well, I used to use Revo, and that's what I used to do.
Yeah,
I'd
and these companies are catching on to that.
I
and they're
used to
going,
reinstall the programs after I deleted everything.
Put it in a virtual machine and roll back the disk.
Yeah.
Take a snapshot and roll
Oh,
back.
we're done.
Oh, we're good?
Yeah.
I mean, like security,
Yeah, it's a security drive, right? You roll back and you're done. Make it mutable. What's that? I think it was actually like that before.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Yeah.